started. On that note, in trying something different,
Yes,
yesterday I tried something different. I went to a line dancing class at my gym.
ma'am.
And so it was so much fun.
Yes,
And
ma'am.
I'm not going to say I'm good at it, but that's okay. I don't have to be good at
Yes,
it.
ma'am.
And so that was a
Yes,
good
ma'am.
lesson for us to just try things new, because you never know if you'll enjoy it or not unless you give it a try.
Hmm.
And I go to the gym in the mornings, and
Yes, ma'am.
there's certain people at the gym, there's a certain vibe at the gym,
Yes,
and so
ma'am.
that's what I'm used to. So when I got there yesterday after 5 o'clock, and there was all new people, and it was kind of noisy, and I was getting ready to do something that I hadn't done before, I was a little bit like nervous, and I thought, I'm just going to go home. I'm just going to go home. And I'm
Yes,
like,
ma'am.
no, just give it a try. You might have a good time, and if you don't like it, then you don't ever have to come back.
Yes, ma'am.
That's what I say with Tai Chi.
Yes,
And
ma'am.
so I followed my own advice, and I ended up really having a good time. So there we go. Uh, I got a notification saying that my internet is unstable. Are you able to hear me okay?
I hear you and see you good too.
Okay. Who knows? I have it plugged in. It's plugged into the wall. I bet. Yeah, everything's set up. I don't know.
Yes, ma'am.
I've been kind of joking, like it's okay. I'm a little unstable too, but all right. Have we talked to Miss Iris or Mr. Ed?
Miss Iris, you coming on? I
Very
had to
good.
get Miss Ed.
Well, I got his phone number this morning, so I can. I got it out, so I'll be able to call him.
Yes, ma'am. I sent him a text that we missed him.
Yeah.
Yes,
All
ma'am.
right. Here's Miss Sharita. And then I'm going to have to remove my pen, and then spotlight, I think. Yes, okay. I was getting ready to say, that is Sharita, right?
Yes, this is me.
I guess when they reset your or your Claris, they didn't put your name back on it for some reason.
Oh, okay.
All right.
It's because I'm at a different place again this morning.
That's okay. We're glad you're here. Um,
So glad that I've been remembering to take it back when I go.
yes.
For Clarence takes more trips.
I'm glad. That's part of the good thing about it is it is portable. And as long as you have a cell service, you should be able to use it. And most places have a cell service. So, Miss Barbara and I were just talking about trying things that are new, and how it's important for us to, just give things a shot, because we never know if that's going to be something that we really enjoy. There was a time when y'all had never done Tai Chi before, and there's something about it that stuck with y'all because y'all keep coming back, and I'm so thankful for that. Last night, Sharita, I tried something new, and I went to a line dancing class at my gym. And I about talked myself out of it because it was new people, it was a new time. But I told myself to try it once, and I never had to go back. But I really had a good time. And you want me to tell you what? My hips are sore from doing this little, hip thing. Uh, I guess I don't do that hip thing very often because my hips are a little bit sore from going 1, 2, 3, 4. So I'm gonna have to do that move a little more often, right?
Absolutely.
All right. Well, while Iris and hopefully Mr. Ed to come in, we'll go ahead and get ourselves with our warm-up stretches. I have on this heater still. I know it's going to be a warmer day today, but it's cold in this office, so I had to turn my heater on. All right, let's get in our stable stance. Just kind of wiggle through our body, make sure we're not holding any tension anywhere. I'm thinking specifically my jaw and shoulders, and I guess today my hips are a little bit stiff. But we're going to get everything warmed up and moving. We're breathing, and let's begin with our neck. Bringing our hands up, turn, pull them towards our chin and chest, push away, and follow those hands all the way down. Chin towards our chest. Slow, smooth, and continuous. And just notice and feel, like, are you going a little bit fast? Do you feel like you're kind of in a hurry? And if so, notice that and then slow down. So all of everything that we do increases our body awareness. And so we use that to help improve ourselves. Because imagine if you were aware that you were doing something wrong, or you were aware that something was putting you in danger of getting hurt, and you didn't make an adjustment, then what's it for? So the purpose of us having increased body awareness is to notice things, fix things, or even celebrate yourself when you find yourself doing things right. Say, oh, nice. Not noticing any, holding on to any tension there. Roll our shoulders. And back. Shoulder circle. Thinking about gentle resistance here, and of course breathing. Inhale and exhale at your own pace. One more. Now go to our spine, our ball, and separate. Stretching that spine. To our ball and side to side. Take your time with the switch. Don't be in any hurry. Remember, this movement is similar to our waving hands and clouds. Now for our hips, shifting weight to one leg, heel forward, hands back. Pause in the middle, toe back, hands forward. Switch sides. Oh, I see Miss Iris. Let me let her in. And mark her present. All right. Welcome, Miss Iris. We're on our hip warm-up stretch. Going side to side. Remember to stay upright, not leaning into this movement. Keeping those shoulders relaxed. You can think of it right here as a scoop and switch. Scoop. Notice the strength of those legs as they hold your weight, transferring weight to one leg and then the next, allowing that leg to hold your weight. All right, for our knees, we're going to shift weight to one leg, lift, tap and punch. Take your time, stay slow. It's that slow pace that challenges that leg to hold our weight a little longer. And of course we know if we're able to hold weight on one leg, we're less likely to fall. They did a whole study on that. Find it funny, some things that we spend money on and study, because that seems kind of obvious to me. All right, let's step forward, small step, shift weight forward and back. Pay attention to see if you're punching the opposite hand of the foot that you step out. Our bodies want to naturally stay on that same side, but doing a cross-lateral movement is good for our brains. Now for our ankles, shift weight to one leg and then heel, toe, heel, toe. Switch, heel toe. And then big toe, little toe. Little toe, big toe. Notice any stiffness or tension in your ankles. And if you feel extra stiff or tense in those ankles, then do this same movement later on today. Do it a couple times a day, and that will help relieve some of that tension. Alright, I'm warmed up now. I'm going to turn this heater off. And we will get started with our basic 6. We have learned our basic 6, and we have the hope of beginning to learn our brush knee of our advanced 6. So for now, I'm going to turn around because right and left matter. I'm going to go through our movements. I'm going to say the name of it, and I'm not going to talk about the exact part of the movement. I'm not going to talk about shift left or right. We're just going to say the name of it, and this will be a test for you to see how well you know it without me saying. All right, here we go. Get in your stable stance. Relax shoulders. We're breathing, reminding ourselves of our principles of slow, smooth, and continuous. And a reminder of that empty step. So anytime we place a foot, we don't immediately give it weight. So keep that in mind as we go through these basic 6. And commence. Open and close. Single whip. Waving hands in clouds. Open, close. Single whip. Waving hands in clouds. Open, close. Close it out. Let's do it again. Now I want you to think about any of these moves or any spots in these moves that you need a little extra clarification on what you should be doing. So let it hit you and let it go, and let's talk about it after we practice one more time. And commence. Open, close. Single whip. Waving hands in clouds. Stay slow. Make sure you're breathing. Open, close. Single whip. dancing clouds. Remember, our words are right here on the wall. Open, close. Close it out. Was there any of those moves that we need to go over? Or you feel good about them?
Jennifer, good morning. When you do open and close, okay, do you relax your back or do you straighten your back? I'm finding myself doing one or the other.
Okay, everything's relaxed. I mean, you have that good posture, so you're strong in your posture, but you're relaxed. And whenever, okay, so put your hands out here, just facing each other. And I don't want you to move your hands. All I want you to do is breathe. Okay, so make sure everything is relaxed, no tension in your shoulders. You're just holding those hands out facing each other. Now what I want you to do is inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Is your back relaxed? Or do you feel
I feel a little tension in the bottom. I feel a little bit like I might be.
I'm laughing not at you because I don't know what line dancing class did to me last night, but here I'm sitting here breathing and this muscle right here is like catching and it's like when I'm trying to relax and then I inhale and then it catches and then I exhale and try to let it go, but it's still like so when I asked you, is your back relaxed? Mine's not. Sometimes, and maybe this is why I'm experiencing this, because sometimes you may have worked hard doing something else outside of Tai Chi and worked those muscles, and they may be a little bit sore or a little bit overworked, and so it may be that you're not intentionally tightening them up, but they just may be a little bit overworked from something else, and so. This isn't Tai Chi, but what I would do if my back was really, really tight is I would take my hands like this, palms out, and kind of roll. You see how I'm rolling my back, like circling my shoulders forward, and I'm kind of pushing out and stretching those back muscles. Do you feel those back muscles really stretch? When you
Yes.
That's what I would personally do when my back is really, really tight. That's not
It's right here.
Yeah, in your lower back.
It feels like I don't know, like I'm strained, stretched. I don't know. Maybe I'm not relaxed. It's the lower back.
Let me tell you something else I do for my lower back. Again, not Tai Chi. This is yoga, and it's called cat cow. Cat cow is two different moves. All right, I'm going to change my camera. I'm here to help y'all. Of course, I'm here to teach y'all Tai Chi, but I'm here to help y'all for different things. So, when I do cat cow, you get down on all fours like this. Can y'all see me okay?
Yes.
And you kind of take your lower back and you push your butt up in the air and your lower back kind of curves down. Can y'all see that, how I'm doing that? Okay, that's cow. The other move is called cat. And what you do is push your butt kind of under and your shoulders go pushing out. So this is cow and cat. And those are yoga stretches. And that's what I do to stretch my lower back.
Thank you.
So I know getting down on the floor isn't always easy for everybody, but if if you have that problem, hold on, I'm getting a chair. If you have that problem, get you a chair or go near a chair whenever you are on the floor. That way you can take and let that use that chair to get up.
Okay.
So that's if you have problems getting up and down off the ground, which a lot of people do. So, but that is very helpful to my lower back. Is that cat and cow, and that, like I said, that's a yoga move. But in terms of, here's Mr. Ed.
Okay.
Yay, Mr. Ed. Mr. Ed missed out on cat-cow. So, like I said, there may be other reasons why your muscles are kind of tight. You may have overworked them doing other things. And then, you think about cleaning. We're so glad you're here, Mr. Ed.
God, I'm glad to be here. Sorry I'm so late.
That's okay. We're just glad you're here. Come. Don't worry about being late. Just come. You were going to get a phone call today, sir. But we're talking about open and close. But just because Miss Iris was experiencing some tension in her back, and yes, we want to be strong in our stance, and therefore we are using our muscles to keep ourselves really strong in our stance because we want that good posture, but at the same time we're relaxed. That is totally like the yin and yang that we, wear on our Tai Chi shirt, soft and hard. Doing those two at the same time. It's like we're strong in our stance, but we're really soft in the way we move. And so if you can relax those muscles, or if you need to do those further stretches for your back, lower back and upper back and your shoulders, like I was talking about, that press right there, and loosen up those muscles once you get warmed up, then maybe it won't feel so unky. But open and close is such a simple move, but it's very dynamic. You think about, like I told you, you breathe, you inhale, those hands naturally open. You exhale, they naturally close. You're not actually moving your hands open and close. They're moving because your lungs are filling with air, and then your lungs are emptying with air. So the movement of your chest and this part of your body is opening those hands and closing your hands because of the breath. So that's where that open and close comes from. But you can make that movement more by thinking about gentle resistance and putting some intentional, like you're pulling taffy, or like you're playing an accordion, pulling that accordion and pushing that accordion. So whenever you add gentle resistance, there is the little bit of intentional tension there that you're adding, utilizing muscles that you might not use if you were just doing the open and close breath method. So you can sit and open and close and just breathe and not really think about hand movement. It's just naturally happening. We do want to think about these armpits being opened up. So when our hands are facing each other for open and close, they're away from our body. So they're not like here. My arms aren't next to my body. We're here when we open and close. And so that right there is that open joint, that internal experience, or a song joint that allows energy to flow through our bodies. So that's why we hold our hands out and not here. So you can't really see that whenever I'm turned around. You know, I say open and close, but you don't really see what's going on with my hands. But yes, to your question, you're not tense on purpose. You're strong in your stance, and that could be construed as tense. But if your back is catching like mine was, it may be that your muscles are overworked for a different reason. And so you have that, I don't know what you call that, like that press out where you roll that shoulders and kind of push that upper back out. I got my feet grounded, shoulder width apart, and I'm just pressing out to roll those shoulders. And then that cat and cow on the ground for your lower back, which is not Tai Chi, but I mean, it's all part of taking care of our bodies, and that's what I would personally do. So that's not Dr. Lamb's program, but that's hopefully helpful nonetheless.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Happy to help and probably over-explain all of it. But, you know, I'm pretty hard on my body outside of Tai Chi class, and so sometimes, you know, my muscles get sore and I get tense from overworking, and it's a matter of really stretching my joints and muscles, and I use yoga stretches to stretch my body, and that's not anything that I teach. It's just things that I know to stretch my, especially my hips and lower back. They get really, really tight. All right, so you feel good about waving hands in clouds, because that's our newest movement that we learned. I want y'all to remind yourself again about the attention to weight shift and hand movement. So whenever we have our commencement and we bring our hands up, down, and we shift down. We step forward, we bring our hands in and up, we shift forward as our hands go out. So there's that shift forward, hands forward. Those movements match. And so the better we get at doing that in basic 6, it'll help us out in our advanced 6, because we do weight shift and hand movement a lot in basic 6. So really pay attention to weight shift and hand movement. Even if you just have to practice hands up, down, shift right. Hands up, down, shift left. Even though that's not in our commencement movement, just the down and the shift down. Down and the shift down. And then you can do it forward. Shift forward, hands out. Shift forward, hands out. Just to get a feel for back and forth. Push your hands forward, shift forward. Bring your hands back, shift back. And just make that a familiar feeling, so that when we do our advanced 6, then you're just used to what that feels like with weight shift and hand movement. With that said, let's go into our advanced 6, where we are learning brush knee. So brush knee is one of our more complicated moves, and it's because we switch directions. We're going from facing what I call the front to facing the left. And we do that without just hopping over there. So we think about our feet. Our feet are shoulder width apart or hip width apart. We just come from open and close. So our hands are facing each other when we start these advanced movements. I come over here to start brush knee because we go that way, and I need this for the space. So moving isn't part of the move. I just do it for the sake of staying in the camera, just to clarify why I move over here. So feet, weight is on both feet. just talking about our feet, we're going to shift our weight to our left leg, and we're going to turn that right toe in. Now this is our first opportunity in pivoting. And so what does that mean? Well, my right heel is connected to the ground. There's no weight on this right foot, but I pivot that right foot to where the toe is going towards left. So that's kind of like my arrow foot. That's saying we're going that way. So shift left, right toe in. So right now, all my weight is on my left leg. Now I'm going to give my weight to my right leg. And I'm going to pull this left leg back. So I am preparing to what? Step to the left with that left foot. Now I'm going to shift left and then what we call follow step right. But it's not so much a follow step as it is an adjustment of that right foot. So again, let's talk about the move. We shift left, right toe in. So pivot on that heel. Now shift right, bring that left foot back. That's the prepare. Prepare to what? Step. I step to the left. Shift left. And then this right foot, I'm going to pick it up and completely turn it. Now both of my feet are facing the left. Easy peasy, right? It just took some weight shift, adjust, weight shift, adjust, step, weight shift, adjust, right? We just shifted weight to one leg, did something with the other foot, shifted weight, did something with the other foot, shifted weight, did something with that other foot. So let's practice that footwork of brush knee. Shift left, right toe in. Shift right, separate, prepare, step, empty. Remember our steps are empty. Now give it weight and follow step or adjust that back foot, that right foot. What I think is unnatural for us in these advanced moves is that follow step foot. You see how it stayed behind. So when we think about walking, we think about step, and then this next step is going in front, and the next step goes in front and in front. Like when we walk, we're going somewhere, so we step forward. We don't walk like this, step again, but I'm still behind. So I think that messes with our brain because we're used to stepping in front of to go forward. But in this follow step, that very last step, this right leg is behind, right? And then when we follow step, it's still behind. And that's what it is. So don't get yourself confused and follow step forward. Even though that feels natural, what you're doing in that final step is completing the turn to the left. So in a perfect world, your right toe, y'all don't do this unless you're holding on to a chair. But in a perfect world, let me move over to this table just so I'm a good example person. In a perfect world, you follow step that right foot. If you were to scooch that right toe behind the left foot, you wouldn't hit your left foot. That's the kind of spacing. Like your right toe and your left heel semi-lined up, but if you were to push it behind, you wouldn't touch it. So it's not side by side. Your follow step is not side by side. It's not halfway. It's behind. Okay? I don't know if I'm saying that right. Hopefully you're following me, at least you can see it. So one more time with the footwork. Shift left, right toe in. Shift right, bring that left foot back. Step left to the left, shift left, and then adjust the right. So that's our footwork of brush knee. What does our handwork do? We're coming from open and close. So my right hand, all right, our hands are facing each other. I shift left. I turn that right toe in. When I shift to this right foot, I'm going to reach my right hand out in front of me. So the right hand goes from here to here. My left hand comes and hovers over that elbow. So that's what it looks like from the front. Here, 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 here. It's kind of like dominoes. So putting it together, shift left, right toe in. Shift right, reach right. That left hand hovers over that elbow. I'm going to bring that left foot back, and when I do, my left hand is going to come to my left hip. Now when you did that, you felt your chest open up. I call that separate and prepare. From the top, shift left, right toe in. Shift right, lay right or reach right. Separate, prepare. So see, now your body's starting to turn to the left. It's wanting to go that way, so let's do it. Step left. Now if you think about your right hand, it's still facing the front, but it is now to your side, where before it was to your front, but you moved your body. So now it's to your side. What I want you to do with your right hand is bring it up. So showing you from the front, it's here, it's at the side. We're going to bring it up, and then we're going to turn our palm. When we shift left, that palm is going to push with the weight shift, and then that's when we follow step right. So the right hand comes up, turns, pushes with the weight shift, and then the follow step of the right. Now you notice when we push that right hand out, you see this bend, I didn't push it out. Never do we lock our joints. We keep those soft, open, song joints. So we're done with the move, but we didn't go boom. We didn't lock. We went pushed out. We maintained good posture, and we extended that arm out for brush knee. All right, putting it together from the top. We're coming from open and close. Single whip left. Shift left, turn right. Shift right, lay right. Separate, prepare. Step left, remember that's empty. Right hand comes up and turns. Shift left as I push that right out. Follow step right. So notice I stayed upright as I extended that arm out. So you might have felt the tendency to lean forward with the weight shift or with the extension of that arm. Resist that urge and stay upright and simply let it be a weight shift and an extension of that right hand. Let's practice it again together. Coming from open and close. Brush knee, shift left, right toe in. Shift right, lay right. Separate, prepare. Step left, empty. Right hand comes up and turns. Shift left as I extend right. Follow step right. So that's the end of our move. Where's our weight at the end? On this left leg. So when we adjusted that right, we didn't give weight to the right leg. If you need to give weight to that right leg for safety, do it. Because safety trumps everything. So just know that if you did give weight to that right foot, that you have to remove the weight before you can continue to the next step. The follow step foot is the period at the end of a move. So here it's shift and follow step, or adjust that foot. That's a follow step. That follow step is the period. We are done with that move. The follow step foot is the first step in our next move. And so that is true all the way through our advanced 6 movements. That a follow step is the period, and that foot is the first step in our next move. And that's why we don't give it weight, is because we can't move that foot if it has weight on it. But if you need to give it weight for safety, do it. Then remove the weight before you go on and go forward so you can do the steps correctly. Are there any questions about all of that explanation for brush knee? I think I break it down really good, and I really like brush knee. With brush knee, that pivot on that heel, that's our first experience with pivot. If you ever learn part 2, Sharita does part 2 on Fridays. Learning how to pivot on a foot is very helpful. So, I tell you going into Advanced 6 to really get used to that weight shift and hand movement happening at the same time, because we're going to do it all the way through. So we practice these pieces and parts of our skills, and it helps us later on. That pivot we do several times in part 2 movements. So learning how to pivot on a heel to move our bodies through, it's almost like you're light on your foot because there's no weight there. You're just attached to the floor, and it helps you move. So this is our first experience with pivot. I think it's the only time we pivot in part 1, unless I'm forgetting something. But brush knee has that first pivot. So it's from the top, and then we'll try it to the right. So brush knee left, shift left, right toe in, shift right, lay right, separate, prepare, step left, empty, bring that right hand up and turn, shift left as I push, and follow step right. Now, why do I use the word push? I use the word push so that you will think about gentle resistance. Now, isn't that a gentle resistance word? So when I say gentle resistance, it's like moving through heavy air or moving through water. So if I say push, then you're kind of feeling like the air's heavy. You're feeling like you're going through water. You're pushing through something. So I intentionally use that word so that you'll be thinking. You don't have to do it, but that is one of our principles, and that's a perfect opportunity to practice gentle resistance. Why is the move called brush knee? Here's why, and it comes at the time of that separate repair. So watch this. Brush knee. All right, right here. All right, so I'm going to do it from the, should I do it from the front? No, I'll do it from this way. This is my front, you're my left. Brush knee. Right here. That right there was why it's called brush knee. Remember that Tai Chi is based in a martial art. And even though it's a fight we're never going to have, it is based in a martial art. So if we're thinking about brush knee as a fight that we're having, then that part where we bring that hand down to our hip and pull that foot back, it's as if somebody was coming to attack us and our hand brushed them away before they could get to our knee. That's the premise of it. So do that movement and think about that. So here, oh, they're coming at my leg. I pull my leg back and push their leg away. They'll say they're going to kick me. I pull my leg back to avoid their kick and then use my hand to brush them away. You see it? Do you feel that?
Yes.
So that's the fight we're never going to have, but that's why it's called brush knee. So not all movements have that easy of an explanation, but I think that's pretty cool to think about here. And then you push them out of the way. Now they done made you mad, so you push them. So that's what that brushing, that pushing of that right hand, you're pushing them. So you got them out of the way, now you're mad and you're attacking them. The advanced 6 movements is like that. It's an attack and it's a retreat. It's an attack and then it's a retreat. It's an attack and then you're done with them because you put them out. So if you think about it as a fight, then this Advanced 6 series is really a lot of fun because you're not really fighting, but it's like pretending like you're really doing something. You hit them and then you come back and then you get them again and you get them and you really get them and then you made them mad. Woo, you come back and then you push them one last time and you're done. So those are, what I just did was the whole series of Advanced 6. Let's try it to the right. We don't do it in that order, but while it's fresh on our minds of what brush knee is, let's give it a go to the right. So it's exactly opposite of what we just learned. We shift right, left toe in. Shift left, lay left. Separate, prepare. Step right, bring that left hand up and turn. Shift left or shift right as I push, and then follow step or the adjustment. All right, one more time, then we'll cool down. Next week we'll do play the lute. Brush knee, shift right, left toe in. Shift left, lay left. Separate, prepare. Step right, left hand comes up and turns. Shift left as I push and follow step. I love brush knee. I know I'll say that about all of them, but I think brush knee is cool. All right, any questions before we cool down? Next week is play the lute, and just so you know what it looks like here, we're going to step back, turn our hands, and then shift as they pass. Follow step. I think that's a pretty easy move. I like to think about a harp, like we're playing a harp as we cross our hands. But we get 3 times in a row, our hands pass each other, and we stop when it gets to the elbow. The first time we're vertical, and then the other 2 times we're horizontal. We flip and we're horizontal. So this, here, and here. So that's play the lute, and then parry, parry. All right, let's give ourselves a nice fist massage. So we'll see how it goes next week. Definitely doing play the lute, but we'll most likely get to parry, parry, punch. At least give it a go and a try as we add on to our advanced 6 movements. So if you get a chance, try some yoga moves. If you can't remember what I told you, it's called cow and cat. You can look up on YouTube like beginner yoga or chair yoga and see if there are maybe other stretches that may serve you. But, you know, it's just good to breathe and stretch your body. I think it's a good partner or companion to Tai Chi and just any exercise. All right, let's gather tension and let it go. Gather and release. Notice anytime you are holding tension and then intentionally let it go. Gather and release. Breathe, inhale up, turn, push down as you exhale. One more. We have our right fist loose, representing our strength. Our left fingers together, representing our friendship. Our thumb in our humility. We put those together, and in mutual respect, we say, Namaste.
Namaste.
Very good. So thank y'all for going back through this with me. I mean, I hope that, yes, it's a move that you already are familiar with, but you're learning it in a different way and getting better at it. If there's anything I can do for y'all, y'all just let me know, okay? Yes. All right. So I'll see you next Tuesday if I don't hear from you in between then, okay?
Okay.
All right. Love y'all.
Love you too.
All right. Bye.
Bye-bye.